A city where the future isn't just imagined, it's built. A city where skyscrapers soar alongside lush gardens, where culture and innovation dance together, and where every street, every waterway, every shining light tells a story of vision, resilience, and ambition. Welcome to Singapore, a place that defies expectation and redefines possibility. From the glittering skyline of Marina Bay to the hidden alleyways of Chinatown, from breathtaking islands to futuristic gardens, Singapore is not just a destination, it is an experience, a living masterpiece of human creativity and natural beauty. In the next few minutes, you'll journey through the most amazing places in Singapore, exploring wonders that will leave you breathless, inspired, and ready to see this incredible city like never before. So stay with us, because the story of Singapore is waiting to unfold. At the edge of Southeast Asia, where the sea once carried traders and dreamers across uncertain waters, rises a city that feels as if it belongs to the future. Singapore does not announce itself loudly. Instead, it reveals its power through precision, balance, and quiet confidence. From the first glimpse of its skyline, you sense that this is not just a destination, it is an idea brought to life. Once a small fishing village, Singapore transformed itself against every expectation. Limited land, no natural resources, and a turbulent past could have defined its limits. Instead, they became its motivation. Today, glass. Towers rise where mangroves once stood, and yet nature still breathes between steel and stone. This is a city that learned how to grow upward without losing its roots. As dawn breaks over Marina Bay, the city awakens in layers. The water reflects the skyline like a mirror, doubling the sense of scale and ambition. Skyscrapers catch the first light, glowing softly before the streets fill with motion. Runners trace the waterfront, workers move with purpose, and the city begins its daily rhythm, efficient, focused, unstoppable. Singapore's skyline tells a story of vision. Each structure feels intentional, designed not only to impress, but to serve. Architecture here is not about excess, it is about harmony. Curves soften sharp lines, green terraces interrupt glass facades, and public spaces invite people to pause amid progress. This balance between function and beauty defines the soul of the city. Walking through the streets, you feel an unmistakable sense of order, not rigid, but reassuring. Clean avenues stretch ahead, framed by trees that seem as carefully planned as the roads themselves. Yet beneath this structure lies warmth. Smiles are exchanged, greetings offered, cultures intertwined. Singapore's greatest strength is not its buildings, but its people. This city is a crossroads of the world. Chinese, Malay, Indian, and countless global influences blend seamlessly, creating a cultural harmony that feels natural rather than forced. Languages shift effortlessly from one street to the next. Temples stand near mosques, churches rise beside modern towers, and respect forms the foundation of daily life. Diversity here is not a slogan, it is lived reality. As the morning advances, the city's pace quickens. Trains glide silently beneath the streets. Buses arrive with clockwork precision, and crowds move with quiet discipline. Yet even in motion, there is calm. Singapore understands that progress does not require chaos. It thrives on clarity, focus, and shared purpose. From above, the city reveals its most striking contrast. Pockets of deep green interrupt the urban grid parks, reserves, and rooftop gardens woven into the landscape. Singapore refuses to choose between nature and development. Instead, it demands both. Rainforests survive within city limits, birds cross skylines, and water flows through carefully designed canals that manage floods while enhancing beauty. Marina Bay becomes the heart of this vision. It is where past, present, and future converge. The water recalls the city's maritime roots. The skyline represents its present success, and the bold architecture points toward what lies ahead. Standing here, you feel the confidence of a nation that knows where it has been and exactly where it is going. As the sun climbs higher, light dances across glass and water, and Singapore fully comes alive. Cafes open, markets stir, offices hum with innovation. This is a city that does not slow down for nostalgia, yet it never forgets its journey. Every step forward is built on lessons learned, discipline earned, and unity preserved. Singapore's wonder lies not in a single monument or view, but in its transformation. It is proof that vision can overcome limitation, that diversity can become strength, and that the future can be designed with intention rather than chance. This is how the story begins, not with noise or spectacle, but with quiet awe. Singapore stands before you as a living example of what is possible when ambition meets balance, when tradition respects innovation, and when a city dares to imagine itself beyond boundaries. If there is one place where Singapore reveals the full scale of its ambition, it is here where water, sky, and steel converge in a perfectly composed vision of the future. Marina Bay is not just the city's most recognizable image, it is the physical expression of a nation's confidence, discipline, and imagination. From the very first glance, you feel it. This is a place designed to inspire. The bay opens wide, calm and reflective, as if intentionally inviting the skyline to admire itself. Towering above the water, Marina Bay Sands rises with unmistakable presence. 3 sleek towers stretch upward, crowned by a sky park that seems to float effortlessly between them. It defies expectation, challenging gravity and redefining what architecture can achieve. More than a hotel, it stands as a symbol proof that bold ideas, when executed with precision, can reshape an entire city's identity. As daylight washes over the structure, its glass surfaces catch the sun, shifting from soft silver to brilliant gold. The infinity pool at its summit blends seamlessly with the horizon, creating the illusion that the city flows directly into the sky. From above, Singapore unfolds in every direction. The bay below, ships dotting the distance, green spaces interrupting the urban grid. It is a view that humbles and empowers at the same time. Below, life moves with purpose. Pedestrians trace elegant paths along the waterfront, their reflections rippling across the bay. The promenade feels open and generous, designed not for speed, but for appreciation. Families pause to watch the water, professionals unwind after long days, and visitors slow their pace, pulled into the atmosphere without effort. As the sun begins to dip, Marina Bay transforms. The city's reflection sharpens, lights flicker on one by one, and the skyline begins its nightly performance. Buildings glow in synchronized brilliance, mirrored perfectly in the still water below. The bay becomes a stage, and the city performs without sound, confident, composed, breathtaking. Gardens rise nearby, futuristic yet organic, reminding you that Singapore's vision extends beyond concrete and steel. Culture, nature, and innovation coexist here, not as separate ideas, but as a unified design. This harmony defines Marina Bay. Nothing feels accidental. Every element serves a purpose, every line intentional. As night settles fully, the area pulses gently with energy. Restaurants glow with warm light, conversations drift into the air, and music hums softly in the background. Despite its scale, Marina Bay feels personal. You are not overwhelmed, you are invited. Invited to walk, to look, to reflect. Standing here, you understand why Marina Bay represents more than luxury or tourism. It is a declaration. A city once defined by limitations now defines possibility. Where land was scarce, imagination expanded upward. Where history was uncertain, vision created clarity. The water below remains calm, grounding the spectacle above. Boats glide quietly, lights trailing behind them like memories in motion. The skyline watches its reflection, steady and unshaken. This balance between movement and stillness is what makes Marina Bay extraordinary. In this place, Singapore shows the world who it is: modern, bold, disciplined, and endlessly forward-looking. Marina Bay is not just a highlight, it is a statement. And as the city lights dance across the water, one truth becomes unmistakable. This is a future that has already arrived. There are places that feel alive not because of crowds or noise, but because they breathe. Gardens by the Bay is one of those rare spaces, a living vision where nature and technology merge so seamlessly that the future feels organic. From the moment you arrive, it is clear this is not a traditional garden. It is a bold reimagining of how cities can coexist with the natural world. Rising from the earth like colossal guardians, the super trees immediately command attention. Their towering forms stretch toward the sky, covered in layers of greenery that climb their steel frames. They are both artificial and alive structures, engineered by human intelligence, yet sustained by nature itself. In daylight, they appear serene, almost sculptural, but beneath their beauty lies function. These trees harvest solar energy, regulate temperature, and support plant life from across the globe. As you walk beneath them, the scale humbles you. Leaves rustle gently overhead, light filters through the canopy, and suddenly, the city beyond feels distant. The air is cooler here, softer, as if designed to slow your heartbeat. This is Singapore's philosophy. Made visible progress does not require sacrifice, only smarter design. Beyond the super trees, vast glass conservatories rise like crystal mountains. Inside the flower dome, climates from across the world exist under one roof. Mediterranean fields, African landscapes, and rare blooms thrive together in perfect balance. Each step takes you to another continent, another season. It is a reminder of how small the world becomes when knowledge and care guide creation. Then comes the cloud forest, a breathtaking vertical ecosystem wrapped in mist. A waterfall plunges from above, cascading down the mountain's edge, filling the space with the sound of moving water. As you ascend the walkways, clouds drift past, revealing orchids, ferns, and ancient plants clinging to the slopes. It feels unreal, like stepping into a dream shaped by science and imagination. From above, the city's skyline frames the gardens, a striking contrast of steel towers and living green. Yet, there is no conflict here. The gardens do not resist the city, they complement it. Singapore does not push nature aside. It elevates it, integrates it, and gives it space to flourish alongside progress. As evening approaches, the gardens undergo a transformation. The super trees awaken, glowing with soft, shifting colors. Light flows through their structures like energy through veins, synchronized to music that drifts across the park. People pause, heads tilted upward, drawn into the moment. It is not loud, not overwhelming. It is elegant, intentional, mesmerizing. Children sit wide-eyed. Couples lean closer. Visitors from every corner of the world share the same quiet awe. Language disappears here. Wonder becomes universal. For a few minutes, everyone is connected by the same sense of amazement. What makes Gardens by the Bay extraordinary is not just its beauty, but its message. This is proof that urban growth does not have to come at the cost of nature, that sustainability can be stunning, that responsibility can inspire. When the lights dim and the music fades, the gardens remain, calm and steady, under the night sky. The city continues to glow behind them, but the memory of this place lingers deeper. Gardens by the Bay is not just something you see, it is something you feel. A promise that the future, when shaped with care, can be both powerful and beautiful. Imagine an island where adventure, relaxation, and imagination exist side by side, a place where every step offers a different emotion. Sentosa Island is not just a destination, it is Singapore's playground, carefully designed to let the soul breathe while the heart races with excitement. As you cross over to Sentosa, the city slowly fades behind you. Skyscrapers give way to palm-lined roads, open skies, and the distant sound of waves. The transition feels symbolic from precision-driven urban life to effortless escape. This island may be man-made, but the experiences it offers feel wonderfully natural. Golden beaches stretch along the coastline, their sands soft and inviting. Siloso, Palawan, and Tanjong beaches each carry a different mood. One pulses with energy and laughter, another whispers calm and solitude. The sea glimmers under the tropical sun, and for a moment, time loosens its grip. Here, the world does not rush you, but Sentosa is more than beaches. It is a place where imagination comes alive. Universal Studios Singapore rises like a gateway to other worlds. Movie sets transform into living experiences, roaring dinosaurs, bustling city streets, and heroic adventures unfolding around every corner. The excitement is infectious. Children laugh, adults forget their age, and stories leap off the screen into reality. High, above the island, cable cars glide silently through the air. From this vantage point, Sentosa reveals its full beauty: emerald greenery, turquoise waters, and carefully sculpted landscapes. The view is breathtaking, not because it is wild, but because it is intentional. Every curve of the island has been shaped with purpose. History, too, has a voice here. At Fort Siloso, remnants of World War II stand quietly against the sea breeze. Rusted guns and underground tunnels tell stories of defense, resilience, and survival. The past is preserved not as spectacle, but as memory. A reminder that even paradise carries echoes of struggle. Adventure seekers find their thrill in unexpected ways. Zip lines cut across the sky, sending riders soaring above forests and beaches. The rush of wind, the sudden freedom, the heartbeat pounding it is pure exhilaration. Below, lush greenery waits patiently, grounding the experience in nature. As the sun begins to descend, Sentosa shifts its rhythm. The light softens, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson. Beach clubs come alive with gentle music, lanterns glow, and conversations stretch longer. The island no longer invites excitement, it invites reflection. Walking along the shore at sunset feels almost cinematic. Footsteps sink into cooling sand, waves roll in with quiet consistency, and the horizon seems endless. It is in these moments that Sentosa reveals its true magic, not in attractions or thrills, but in balance. Night brings another transformation. The island lights shimmer softly, never overpowering the darkness. Laughter drifts through warm air, and the sea reflects the moon like a silver mirror. Sentosa does not sleep loudly, it rests gracefully. What makes Sentosa unforgettable is not that it offers everything, but that it offers exactly what you need. Adventure when you seek it, calm when you crave it, wonder when you least expect it. In a city known for precision and speed, Sentosa Island stands as a reminder that joy is essential, rest is powerful, and escape, even a carefully crafted one, can feel profoundly real. Step into the heart of Singapore, where nature and architecture rise together in perfect harmony. Gardens by the Bay is not just a park, it is a vision of the future made real. From the very first glance, it feels as though you've entered another world, one where human creativity and the natural environment coexist without conflict. As you approach, the iconic super trees dominate the skyline. Towering structures stretch toward the sky, covered in lush vertical gardens that seem to breathe with life. They are not merely decorative, they generate solar energy, collect rainwater, and support plant species from around the world. Standing beneath them, you feel small, but inspired. This is what happens when innovation respects nature. Walking through the gardens is a journey across continents. Every step introduces a new climate, a new ecosystem. Rare flowers bloom in carefully, controlled environments, each petal vibrant, precise, and alive. The air carries subtle scents, fresh leaves, damp earth, blooming orchids, creating a sensory experience that feels calming and alive at the same time. The flower dome opens like a giant glass cathedral. Inside, sunlight filters through curved panels, illuminating plants from Mediterranean coasts and semi-arid regions. Olive trees stand tall beside colorful blossoms, telling stories of distant lands. The space feels peaceful, almost sacred, as if nature itself is being honored under glass. Nearby, the cloud forest takes you into a different realm altogether. A towering indoor waterfall cascades down a man-made mountain, filling the air with mist and coolness. As you ascend the winding paths, the temperature drops, and tropical highland plants surround you. Ferns, mosses, and orchids cling to the slopes, creating the illusion of a hidden mountain deep within a rainforest. Every level of the cloud forest offers a new perspective. Suspended walkways allow you to look down into the mist below, while panoramic views stretch across the city skyline outside. It's a powerful contrast inside. You are immersed in nature. Outside, a modern metropolis thrives. The boundary between the two feels almost invisible. As daylight fades, the gardens transform once again. The super trees come alive with light, glowing softly at first, then pulsing in rhythm with music. The Garden Rhapsody show turns the night into a dreamlike spectacle. Lights dance across metal branches, colors shift with every note, and the crowd falls silent, united in awe. What makes this place extraordinary is not its scale, but its intention. Gardens by the Bay was built not just to impress, but to educate, to remind visitors of the fragile balance between progress and preservation. Every design choice reflects a future where cities can grow without erasing the natural world. Benches scattered throughout the gardens invite you to pause, to sit, to observe. Families laugh softly, couples walk hand in hand, travelers stare upward in disbelief. No one seems rushed here. Time slows, and the noise of the city fades into the background. Even the smallest details matter. Pathways curve gently, water features reflect the sky, and plants are arranged with artistic precision. It feels less like a park and more like a living gallery, where nature is the masterpiece and humanity is the caretaker. Gardens by the Bay is proof that beauty does not have to be wild to be powerful. It can be designed, protected, and shared. In this place, Singapore shows the world its soul: visionary, respectful, and deeply connected to the planet it calls home. When you finally leave, the glowing super trees remain etched in your memory, standing tall against the night sky. They don't just symbolize a city's ambition, they represent hope, reminding us that the future can be green, graceful, and breathtakingly beautiful. As the city lights begin to shimmer against the water, Singapore reveals one of its most iconic and unforgettable sights: Marina Bay. This is where the nation's ambition, elegance, and futuristic spirit come together in a breathtaking display of architecture, culture, and human imagination. The first thing that captures your attention is the skyline itself. Towering structures rise with confidence, each one reflecting Singapore's rapid evolution from a small trading port to a global powerhouse. Glass facades mirror the sky by day and glow like constellations by night. There is a sense of order here, yet nothing feels rigid. Everything flows, balanced and intentional. At the heart of it all stands Marina Bay Sands, an architectural marvel that looks like something lifted straight from a science fiction dream. 3 soaring towers rise together, joined at the top by a sky park that seems to float above the city. From the ground, it feels unreal. From above, it feels infinite. This structure is not just a hotel, it is a symbol of modern Singapore's bold vision. Walking along the waterfront promenade, the city feels alive. The gentle sound of water laps against the edge, while footsteps echo softly along the wide, clean pathways. Joggers pass by, couples pause for photos, and travelers stand still, simply absorbing the view. The air carries a mix of sea breeze and city energy, refreshing and electric at the same time. As the sun sets, Marina Bay transforms. The sky melts into shades of orange, pink, and deep purple, reflected perfectly on the calm water below. The skyline becomes a silhouette, dramatic and poetic. This moment feels almost sacred, a pause between day and night, where the city holds its breath. When darkness fully arrives, the bay comes alive with light. The spectralight and water show begins, projecting vibrant colors across fountains that dance in perfect rhythm. Beams of light stretch into the sky, reflected endlessly in the bay, while music echoes across the water. It is not loud, not overwhelming. It is elegant, precise, and mesmerizing. Across the bay, the Art Science Museum glows softly, shaped like an open lotus flower. It represents creativity, knowledge, and innovation values deeply woven into Singapore's identity. Inside, exhibitions explore the intersection of art, science, and technology, reminding visitors that progress is not just about building higher, but thinking deeper. Nearby, the Helix Bridge curves gracefully across the water, inspired by the structure of DNA. Walking across it feels symbolic, as if you are stepping through the genetic code of the city itself. At night, its illuminated structure frames perfect views of the skyline, offering moments that feel cinematic and timeless. Despite its modern appearance, Marina Bay is more than steel and glass. It is a space designed for people. Open areas invite reflection, conversation, and connection. Street performers add subtle rhythm to the atmosphere, while quiet corners allow you to sit and simply watch the city move. What makes Marina Bay extraordinary is how effortlessly it blends luxury with accessibility. World-class architecture exists alongside public walkways, green spaces, and cultural landmarks. It sends a clear message: greatness should be shared, not hidden. Standing by the water, watching the lights ripple across the surface, you begin to understand Singapore's philosophy. This is a city that plans carefully, dreams boldly, and builds with purpose. Nothing feels accidental. Every detail, from lighting to layout, is designed to enhance both beauty and life. As the night deepens, the skyline continues to glow, steady and confident. Marina Bay does not sleep. It watches, it reflects, and it inspires. In this place, Singapore shows the world what the future can look like. Bright, thoughtful, and endlessly captivating. Beyond the glass towers and city rhythm, Singapore opens the door to pure escape Sentosa Island, a place where adventure, relaxation, and imagination blend into one unforgettable experience. The moment you arrive, the pace of life changes. The air feels lighter, the sounds softer, and the world seems designed entirely for joy. Sentosa is not just an island, it is a carefully crafted playground where every path leads to a new emotion. Palm-lined roads welcome you, while the distant sound of waves sets a calming rhythm. Even before you explore, you sense that this place exists to let people breathe, dream, and rediscover wonder. The beaches stretch out like golden ribbons along the coastline. Siloso, Palawan, and Tanjong Beach each offer a different mood. One is energetic and alive, another peaceful and family-friendly, the third quiet and romantic. Soft sand slips beneath your feet as the sea shimmers endlessly ahead. Time feels slower here, measured only by the movement of waves. Adventure rises the moment you look up. Cable cars glide silently across the sky, offering sweeping views of the harbor, the city skyline, and the endless blue beyond. Floating above the island, you realize how beautifully Singapore balances nature and design. Nothing feels forced, everything fits. Thrill seekers find their paradise here. Roller coasters twist through the air, laughter echoes from every corner, and excitement pulses through the island. Universal Studios Singapore stands as a world of imagination brought to life, where movie magic becomes reality. Each zone tells a story, each ride sparks adrenaline, and each moment pulls you deeper into fantasy. For those seeking wonder beneath the surface, the island offers a journey into the ocean itself. Massive aquariums reveal a hidden world of color and motion. Sharks glide silently, rays dance like shadows, and thousands of fish move in perfect harmony. Watching them feels hypnotic, reminding you how vast and mysterious the natural world truly is. As the day unfolds, Sentosa reveals its softer side. Hidden pathways lead to quiet gardens, coastal trails, and shaded viewpoints overlooking the sea. The sound of the city fades completely here. All that remains is wind through trees, distant waves, and your own thoughts slowing to match the island's calm heartbeat. History whispers softly through Sentosa as well. Old fortifications and preserved sites remind visitors that this island once guarded the nation. These stories add depth to the beauty, turning the island into more than a resort. It becomes a place where past and present quietly coexist. As evening approaches, the island transforms again. The sky warms with sunset colors, casting golden light across the beaches. People gather silently, watching the sun melt into the horizon. It's a moment of shared stillness, where strangers feel connected without words. When night falls, Sentosa glows with life. Soft lights illuminate pathways, beach bars flicker with warmth, and music drifts gently through the air. Fire shows and night spectacles bring energy without chaos, excitement without noise. The island feels alive, but never overwhelming. What makes Sentosa truly special is its balance. It offers thrill without stress, beauty without excess, and fun without losing soul. It reminds us that progress does not mean leaving nature behind. It means learning how to live within it. As you leave the island, one truth becomes clear. Sentosa is not an escape from Singapore. It is an extension of its spirit, a place where imagination thrives, where rest feels meaningful, and where every visitor carries away more than memories. They carry a sense of lightness, wonder, and quiet happiness. In the heart of Singapore's fast-moving rhythm lies a place where time slows, traditions breathe, and stories echo through colorful streets. Chinatown. This is where the soul of old Singapore still lives, carefully preserved amid the pulse of a modern city. As you enter Chinatown, the atmosphere shifts instantly. The towering skyscrapers fade into the background, replaced by narrow streets lined with shophouses painted in warm hues. Red lanterns hang overhead, swaying gently in the breeze, as if welcoming every visitor with quiet grace. The air carries the mixed sense of incense, spices, and freshly cooked food, a sensory invitation that feels deeply human. Every street here tells a story. These buildings once housed merchants, craftsmen, and families who shaped the foundation of Singapore. Their legacy remains in carved wooden doors, tiled roofs, and balconies that have watched generations pass by. Walking through these streets feels like stepping into living history, not preserved behind glass, but alive and moving. Temples rise unexpectedly among shops and cafes, their presence both powerful and peaceful. Soft bells chime, incense smoke curls into the air, and prayers whisper quietly inside ancient walls. These sacred spaces offer a moment of reflection, reminding visitors that faith and tradition remain deeply woven into daily life. Chinatown is also a place of flavors. Food. Stalls line the streets, each offering recipes passed down through generations. The sound of sizzling woks fills the air as chefs move with practiced precision. Simple ingredients transform into unforgettable meals, rich with heritage and heart. Here, food is not just nourishment, it is memory, identity, and pride. Markets pulse with energy as vendors call out, laughter rises, and colors compete for attention. Silk fabrics, handmade crafts, herbal remedies, and antiques fill every corner. Each item feels like a piece of culture waiting to be discovered. Bargaining becomes part of the experience, not rushed or tense, but friendly and personal. Despite its vibrancy, Chinatown offers moments of calm. Hidden courtyards and quiet cafes invite you to pause. In these spaces, the past and present sit side by side, traditional tea sets on modern tables, elderly residents chatting beside young creatives working on laptops. The blend feels natural, effortless. As daylight fades, Chinatown transforms once again. Lanterns glow brighter, casting soft red light across the streets. The energy shifts from busy commerce to relaxed exploration. People stroll slowly now, savoring the atmosphere rather than rushing through it. Music drifts from open doors, laughter echoes down alleys, and the streets feel alive with shared stories. This is not a performance for tourists, it is everyday life, unfolding openly and honestly. Chinatown does not try to impress, it simply exists, rich and real. What makes this place truly remarkable is its resilience. Surrounded by rapid development, Chinatown has held onto its identity without becoming frozen in time. It evolves, adapts, and welcomes change while protecting its core spirit. Standing beneath glowing lanterns, you begin to understand Singapore more deeply. This city is not just about the future, it honors the past with respect and gratitude. Chinatown is proof that progress does not erase roots, it grows from them. When you finally leave, the colors, sounds, and stories stay with you. Chinatown lingers in memory like a familiar melody, warm, timeless, and deeply comforting. It is not just a destination, but a reminder that culture lives strongest where people choose to remember, celebrate, and pass it on. Away from the city's polished skyline and carefully planned avenues lies a different side of Singapore, one that moves with water, wind, and tradition. The Singapore River and its surrounding districts tell the story of how this small island nation was built, shaped by trade, resilience, and human connection. The river flows calmly through the heart of the city, reflecting both past and present along its banks. Once crowded with wooden boats and busy merchants, it served as the lifeline of early Singapore. Today, its surface is smooth and quiet, but its history still ripples beneath every reflection. Walking along the river, you feel the transformation that has taken place over decades. Old warehouses stand proudly beside modern restaurants and art spaces. These structures have not been erased, they have been reborn. Their brick walls and faded textures speak of labor, trade, and determination, while their new purpose breathes fresh life into old foundations. Boat Quay and Clark Quay unfold with distinct personalities. During the day, they feel calm and reflective, perfect for slow walks and quiet observation. At night, they awaken with energy. Lights shimmer across the water, music drifts through the air, and laughter echoes from every corner. The river becomes a mirror of celebration. A gentle river cruise offers a unique perspective. Gliding silently across the water, the city feels softer, more intimate. Bridges pass overhead like gateways through time, each one connecting different eras of Singapore's journey. The skyline rises gracefully beyond, while the water below holds everything together. Along the banks, public art and open spaces invite interaction. People sit by the water, watching boats drift by, sharing conversations, or simply enjoying the rhythm of the city. It is here that Singapore feels most human, not defined by speed or ambition, but by presence and pause. As evening approaches, the river takes on a cinematic glow. Streetlights stretch across the water, reflections dancing with every ripple. The atmosphere becomes warm and inviting, a perfect balance between excitement and calm. The city seems to slow itself for those willing to notice. The riverfront is also a place of culture. Performers appear in open spaces, musicians fill the air with gentle melodies, and festivals occasionally light up the banks with color and sound. These moments remind visitors that creativity thrives wherever people gather. What makes the Singapore River special is not just its beauty, but its symbolism. It represents connection between people, between cultures, between past and future. Every bridge crossed is a reminder that growth comes from movement, not separation. The river has witnessed struggle, success, and reinvention. It has carried goods, dreams, and identities. And even now, as skyscrapers rise higher and technology advances, the river remains unchanged in purpose: to bring life together. Standing by the water, listening to the soft movement below, you feel grounded. In a city known for precision and progress, the river offers something rare: continuity. It flows steadily, reminding us that no matter how fast the world moves, some things are meant to flow, not rush. As night settles fully, the river glows quietly, holding the city's reflections like memories. It does not demand attention, yet it defines the landscape. In its calm presence, Singapore reveals a deeper truth: that the strongest foundations are built on connection, history, and shared experience. As the journey through Singapore comes full circle, there is a sense of awe that settles over the city, not for a single landmark or site, but for the story of a nation that dared to dream bigger than its boundaries. Singapore is more than a destination. It is a living testament to vision, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. From its humble beginnings as a trading post to a global powerhouse of innovation, it embodies the idea that a city is only as great as the people who build it and the values it preserves. The morning sun illuminates Marina Bay once again, casting long shadows across gleaming skyscrapers and reflecting in the calm waters below. Every detail, from the carefully aligned streets to the shimmering glass facades, speaks of intentional design and meticulous planning. Here, ambition is visible, not hidden. It rises in towers, stretches across bridges, and flows through every public space. The city is a canvas of human ingenuity, painted with precision, yet alive with spontaneity. Walking through the streets, the diversity of Singapore becomes impossible to ignore. Chinatown, Little India, and Kampong Glam each tell their stories through architecture, cuisine, and daily life. Temples, mosques, and churches stand in quiet harmony, a living example of coexistence and respect. This cultural tapestry is not superficial. It is woven into the fabric of society, celebrated in festivals, markets, and conversations, and visible in the smallest gestures of community. Even the natural elements tell a story of balance. Gardens by the bay, the botanic gardens, and the numerous green rooftops remind visitors that growth is not only measured in steel and concrete, but in life itself. Nature is not an afterthought in Singapore. It is a partner. Every plant, every tree, every waterway reflects a city that has learned to integrate the wild with the cultivated, the traditional with the futuristic. Sentosa Island and the waterfronts illustrate how Singapore has mastered the art of leisure without compromise. Adventure, relaxation, and entertainment are woven together seamlessly, offering a reminder that a city can be both disciplined and playful. Beaches, forests, and cultural attractions coexist with luxury resorts and vibrant nightlife, proving that human experience can be thoughtfully curated without losing authenticity. By evening, Marina Bay becomes a theater of light and reflection. The skyline dances across the water, fountains perform in harmony with music, and super trees glow softly against the night sky. It is impossible not to be captivated by the energy, yet the city's pace is never overwhelming. Singapore invites admiration, not mere observation. Its story is told not in volume, but in presence, in design, in harmony. As night deepens, one begins to understand the essence of Singapore. It is a city that does not rely on chance, it relies on vision. It is a place where every decision, from urban planning to cultural preservation, is intentional. It shows that progress is not measured solely in height or wealth, but in how well a society nurtures its people, respects its past, and imagines its future. Standing at the edge of the bay, looking back across the city lights, you feel both humbled and inspired. Singapore is a testament to human potential, a reminder that ambition guided by purpose can create something extraordinary. It is a place where tradition and innovation coexist, where diversity strengthens rather than divides, and where nature and progress are partners rather than adversaries. This is the final revelation of the journey that Singapore is not just to be seen, but to be felt. Its wonders lie not only in architecture or attractions, but in its vision, its resilience, and the harmonious life it fosters for all who call it home. As the city glows under the night sky, you carry away more than images. You carry inspiration, a sense of possibility, and the undeniable truth that with vision, discipline, and care, even the smallest island can shine as brightly as the world's greatest capitals. Singapore is a living masterpiece, and its story is far from over. It continues to grow, to innovate, and to inspire. Every street, every tree, every lighted skyline is a reminder that greatness is not inherited. It is built, nurtured, and imagined. And for those who have walked its streets, touched its water, and breathed its air, Singapore leaves an imprint on the soul, a memory of what is possible when ambition meets harmony, and the future is designed with intention. As the lights of Singapore shimmer across the water, and the city hums softly under the night sky, one thing becomes clear. This is a place where dreams become reality, where ambition meets harmony, and where the past, present, and future coexist beautifully. From the breathtaking heights of Marina Bay Sands to the tranquil paths of gardens by the bay, from the vibrant streets of Chinatown to the sandy shores of Sentosa, Singapore has shown us that true wonder lies not just in what we see, but in how a city dares to live, grow, and inspire. If this journey through Singapore has left you inspired, amazed, or dreaming of your own adventure, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because the world is full of wonders and there's so much more waiting to be explored. Thank you for watching, and remember, the spirit of Singapore is a reminder that with vision, determination, and heart, anything is possible. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video.